People often comment how much they love what I have to say and how I say it. Well, the truth is, I've got a wonderful writing staff that helps me fashion my thoughts into some media-ready scripts. One of them is Laura Ainsworth. She's also the co-author of the book, The Subpar Adventures of Snakebite and Stonefinger. It's the story of a Navy submarine crew and the pranks they played when their sub was silenced from the outside world. As great a writer as she is, Laura's true passion is music. Her father, Bill Ainsworth, was a renowned saxophone and clarinet player with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. Laura grew up watching her father perform with the great Tony Bennett, Ella Fitzgerald, and many others. They guided Laura to find her singing voice. So here now to perform a song from her award-winning CD, New Vintage, please welcome Laura Ainsworth.
In spite of all I could do, I went ahead falling for you. So if I laugh or I cry, I made my bed, that's where I'll lie. Whether it's for bad or for good, I would never change if I could. Maybe I'm right and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm weak and maybe I'm strong. But nevertheless, I'm in love with you. Maybe I win and maybe I lose, and maybe I'm in for crying the blues, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then left with a heart that is breaking. Maybe I live a life of regret, and maybe I'll give much more than I'll get, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances I'm taking. Fine at the start, then left with a heart that is breaking. Maybe I'll live a life of regret, and maybe I'll give much more than I'll get, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. Nevertheless, I'm in love with you.
Laura Ainsworth, everyone. Laura, thank you so much. What a delight to have you here. You know, we don't hear a lot of jazz anymore.
Not much.
So
yeah,
why is that?
I think that kids today are culturally deprived.
In more ways than one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up in a family that was surrounded with music like this. My father, as you said, was a big band musician. He played with Tommy Dorsey, Freddie Martin, Tex Beneke, many of the big bands, and I grew up listening to that kind of music, and that's what I love.
There is somewhat of maybe a renaissance of big band music as people are realizing that it still speaks to people, not just people of my generation, but of all generations if they listen to it. It's got a smooth and a silky type of rhythm to it.
And younger people now are putting it out on vinyl. I have a new vinyl record.
And that's interesting that vinyl is coming back because there's a different sound than there is when it's all digitized. Not the same.
So.
I want to talk about your writing because in addition to having written with me for many, many years, I think also it's important to talk about that book about submarines because that doesn't seem like a book for a jazz singer to be writing about. So how did that come about?
I knew nothing about submarines, but a friend of mine, Bill Sanner, is a submariner from back in the 70s, and he wanted some help with writing a book. I took all of his stories about what it was like to be on a submarine for months at a time, and I put it into a book called The Subpar Adventures of Snakebite and Stonefinger.
Those were a couple of nicknames for guys on the sub?
Yeah,
okay.
He was Snakebite. And the submariners liked it so much that they invited Bill and me to come to their big reunion in Charleston, and we sang. We put on a show like this for the submariners.
I'm sure that anybody who's ever been on a sub would probably love to get that book because it probably reminds them of some stories that they have had. So in your musical adventures, you've gotten some awards for the songs that you've done and the albums that you've put out. If people want to hear more of the kind of music that you've done tonight, where's the best place that they can connect to it?
The easiest place to do it is at my website, lauraainsworth.com, and there are links. There's free music, free downloads, everything about all of my CDs and my vinyl, because I believe in vinyl. It was my dream to put out something on vinyl, so that's what I did. So lauraainsworth.com.
Well, I want to thank you for coming. I thank you for writing for the show. If people read the credits at the end of the show, they'll see your name on there.
My name is there, yes.
That's right. And now we have you to sing for us. And thank you so very much for doing that. Be sure to get your copy of New Vintage. That way you can listen to this wonderful music in your home anytime you want. And it's at lauraainsworth.com. lauraainsworth.com. Keith, you tell us what we have coming up next.